Hi guys, Alex here from boostyourbody.co.uk, and today I want to talk to you about the dreaded carbs. So you've probably been told, maybe you read somewhere, that if you want to lose weight you have to go low carb or no carb. Have to cut them out. You probably know someone who's done it and has dropped a whole bunch of weight, which is fantastic for them. But really, for me, most of the great tasting foods are carbs, right? So, you know, your bagels, your pasta with some nice sauce and meats, rice, maybe even the odd cake biscuit, you know, whatever. And kind of, if you're looking long term, cutting them out, it just doesn't really stack up because you're going to eat them. So there's no point depriving yourself of those sorts of foods, okay? But, you know, we want to eat them and still lose fat, yeah? So it's about getting that balance right. Today I'm going to tell you 3 different ways that you can bring carbohydrates into your diet, and they are going to help your fat loss rather than hinder it. So, how to eat carbs and still lose fat. Number 1, eat them after you've worked out. So, one of the places your body stores carbohydrates is in your muscles. If you're training, so if you're lifting weights, barbells, dumbbells, doing some body weight training, then your body is going to use those stores in your muscles to fuel that exercise, okay? So when you eat carbohydrates after you've worked out, so your post-workout meal, it's called in the industry, if you want to be on trend, that is, all those carbohydrates are going to go back into your muscle stores, okay? So they're not going to be used for fat, so they're not going to be going to your fat cells and stored as fat. So post-workout, carbohydrates, replenishing stored carbohydrates in the muscles so you won't put fat on. Number 2, eat them before you go to bed. So if you have carbohydrates in the morning for breakfast, so if you have a big bowl of cereal, you probably feel a little bit tired mid-morning. That's normal, because carbohydrates stimulate the release of a hormone which helps you sleep. Not so good in the morning, which is why typically we want to phase in carbohydrates later in the day. But really good for before bedtime, yeah? So it's going to help you get some good quality sleep and go to sleep a lot better. You often find people on low carb diets really struggle with their sleep, which, don't know, if you're anything like me, then lack of sleep makes you a grumpy bunny, so not so cool. And the third time you can eat carbohydrates and not worry about it, and you're actually doing yourself a favor by eating them, is when you have your cheat meal, okay? So if you have a cheat meal in the week, don't worry about trying to, you know, be fancy and have veg with your steak or whatever. Just have chips, have the potatoes, have the carbs, you know, whatever. That is a good time to have carbohydrates because it helps, basically helps reset a bunch of hormones that are key for fat loss. And if you go low carb for too long, then basically those hormones drop and your fat burning drops as well. Okay, so after a workout, before bed, and when you have your cheat meal. Those are 3 times you can legitimately eat carbs guilt-free and still lose body fat. So hopefully that's helped. If you want to ask any questions or if you want some help with anything, then just let me know. Pop a comment in the comment section and I will help you out. Good speaking to you.